Hey everyone, earlier this year I had mentioned to you what our strategy was going to be for 2023, and it had two parts. One of them was the type of properties and the markets that we would be investing in, and that's pretty much 6 to 12 units in Ontario. And the other part of the strategy was more about, let's call it coaching slash education. This is something that I hold dear in my heart because the education that I have been receiving in real estate investing, but also I've been studying a lot about personal development, and the benefits that I have been receiving from all of this education has been life-changing. And I really feel the urge to share this information. I feel the urge to share it to all of you who, like me, 3 years ago had absolutely no clue about real estate investing, but also to those veterans out there that are part of this beautiful world of real estate investing. A lot of you are friends and of mine, and I know that you're veterans. It's the power of repetition. So you hear about these basics and they might be very, very, very basic, but I do hear from a lot of wise people, including my mentor, Alfonso, that a true master masters the basics. So it doesn't hurt to listen to some of these basics once in a while through what the power of repetition is. In fact, that power of repetition is something that I will talk about later on when it comes to personal development, but let's not get into that right now. Right now, we're talking about real estate investing. So that being said, I'm gonna jump into, let's call this the first part of this journey in these videos. And I'll just briefly mention also a video that I recorded previously where I talked about a couple of myths in real estate investing itself. Or in real estate, is that we believe, or I believe, and I know a lot of people like me who believed that it was very important that we had to pay off our single family residence, our home, our property, and live debt free. And that was the goal that we had, and a lot of us grow with the idea that this is going to be the single biggest investment that we will ever have, and that it's an asset. And in hindsight, this is more of a limiting belief because we're capable of achieving so much more, and a single family residence doesn't really have to be the biggest ever investment that we have to make. And it certainly is not really an asset from the perspective that I want to talk to you about, because it's pretty much more of a liability. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to pay your house and live debt free. That's a matter of lifestyle. And some people who, unlike me, have been educated in real estate investing and still choose to pay off their home and live debt free from that perspective. It's a matter of lifestyle, but unlike me, it was because of ignorance that I thought that this had to be done. And I still actually believed back then that that was going to be probably the biggest asset or the biggest purchase that I've ever made, even though something inside of me refused to believe that that was all that there was going to be in life. There had to be so much more. Well, I've learned that there is infinite possibilities, and we can achieve our dreams beyond our wildest expectations. Let's just put it that way. So jumping into the real estate investing world and those myths themselves, there are a couple of ways that we can actually use our property, our home, our single family residence to make money. And one of them, most of us probably know that we're accumulating equity, which is basically the money that is being paid down through the mortgage, and at the same time it's also the increase in value that is happening throughout time, which happens to real estate in general terms, and in very long term. In the very long term, it's always increasing in value. So those two put together, money is being accumulated in the form of equity. Now that equity, if we pay off our home and live debt free for the rest of our lives, is just sitting there doing nothing. We can actually take it, pull it out, and use it to invest in other assets. And in our case, or in my case, that asset would be real estate, and would also be real estate that makes money. And that real estate that makes money are income properties and multifamily, which is something that we're going to get into deeper and deeper as we continue on in this journey. The second way of making money with your home property, with your single family property, is to actually turn it into a multifamily. And this again is a matter of lifestyle. So not everybody would be comfortable in having tenants in their own home. In fact, I was one of them. I used to think that I would be giving up something, privacy, and in a way that's true. But I've always been curious about doing something like that, and I didn't do it mostly because of fear. And one day I did realize that I could do it, and that legally the municipality would allow for me to convert my single family residence into 2 units. But I was just too scared to do it because something was holding me back. It was that fear that I was going to lose something. I was going to lose privacy. I was going to lose some kind of a lifestyle. When in reality, I've seen now that I've done it, not only are your tenants help you pay for the mortgage, but your cash flow increases. And the fact is that you're free to do a lot more than that. Now I can move around. Of course, this is not for everybody. You may have kids, you may have a family, and you may want a big home, and so certainly that will not work for you. You may be married, and as a couple, you just want your privacy with the love of your life. But I have met some couples who are willing to do that themselves. And in my case, well, I'm a bachelor, and I can do it, and it has worked amazingly. And I'm very happy now. I am so free about that. I feel so free, and it's just been an amazing experience overall. So those are the 2 ways that you can actually use to make money with your principal residence, your property, your single family home. And that's one of the very basics. So we might dig a little bit further into these concepts as we move on in this journey, or we may move on to other. So you're welcome to comment if there are any topics that you would like to discuss. Let me know. You know how to reach me. And of course, if you are watching this on YouTube, it helps me a lot if you like and subscribe. It helps the algorithms, whatever that means in terms of IT technology. And of course, if you're not watching it on YouTube, just know that you're probably not watching the entire series. Some of the series will not be published on Instagram or on Facebook. A lot more on Facebook than on Instagram, but certainly most of it on YouTube, all of it on YouTube, to be sure. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. I hope you like this. I hope you get value from it, whether you're a veteran or you're just starting. And of course, if you want to learn about more formal ways of getting coached and learning about this fabulous world of real estate investing, just let me know. There's ways for you to get into this as well, and I would love for you to experience this because it is truly amazing. It's not easy money, you have to work for it, but at least you have a straight line to move towards with confidence. So again, I'm gonna leave it I'm gonna leave it at that for now, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.